Welcome back to the Forge for another Rusty production. Today we're going to try our hand at making a barbecue fork. So as part of the blacksmith challenge for, May 2018, we're doing outdoor cooking implements because we're coming into the US's sort of barbecue season. Probably heading out of Australia's, but we've still got some time, and I'm still going to have some campfires out the back where I can actually use this barbecue fork, which we're going to make today. And so the inspiration for today's one is actually off Iron Nathan's video, which I'll send, I should probably put a link up here, and if it's not up there, it'll be below. I was inspired by what he did, and it wasn't just because it's got a bottle opener on the end of it, which is an absolute thumbs up from me, but because of the way he did it, which was incredibly cleanly. So I'm going to try and actually move some of this bar here, which is what are we talking about? 5mm stock, flat stock. I'm going to try and use this for making the barbecue fork, and I'm going to try to follow the process, although slightly differently than what Nathan did in that video. So let's light up the forge and get started. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, one of the things that Nathan showed on his video was the best way to start this end, which was to actually not try and guess it, but to actually measure it. So we're looking at 3.2 centimeters. And what I might do is just hit the hold fast here, and then we can use that. That's going to help us out. All right, so 3.2, no, hang on. Yeah, 3.2, which means I need 16mm. See if it's the same back here. Yes, it is. So 16mm is where I want to actually do my measurement from. And I'm going to get a little bit of chalk. Where is my chalk? To do that. So 16mm, basically there. And 16mm up here. It's basically that. Just going to run that down there. Just to get that center line. 16mm, yep, cool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a punch, just a few marks along there, so that I can be sure of what I'm doing when I actually get out of the fire. So I know where my chisel cuts are going to be, because what I'm going to be doing here is chisel cutting this in half. So I'll just put a few more of these marks in while it's still cold. Cool. Just open that up. There we go. Drop the metal. All right, so that's on that side. And ideally I should do it on the other side as well, so that we can be sure about keeping it even on two sides. Cool. All right, let's get this baby on the fire. Holding this between my legs a little bit, trying to save some of the heat. So we do this a little quicker. No flame being any quicker. Now, when I go to cut through it on the next one, I'll put a plate down to protect my anvil. That's anvil in inverted commas, guys. Quite messy, but most of you know I'm a beginner at this stuff, so we're just practicing, learning, go through these processes. So there's the plate I'm going to cut on. I'll just hold that down with the hold fast, and then I will cut that way onto this plate. Might give myself a bit more room. There we are. Right, let's go do this thing. Pretty split, but I just want to clean it right through. I might actually use the hot cut tool to get that last little bit through there, but yeah, we're pretty much there. Then there's a bit of ragged stuff that I need to clean up on the other side. Okay, now there's a lot of ragged stuff around there, but the next stage is to open this up a bit. So. Now I've got this rounded sort of fuller chisel here. It's just an old chisel I've used, and I'm just going to use that to clean up this center section here to make it less tearish, rounded. Now I reckon I can get this into here and get an old, I don't have a rasp, or at least I don't have a rasp for metal, but I've got these bastard files, so Alright, so there we are. It's looking okay. Now we're going to taper these guys out and create our fork prongs. And then we'll step down, taper it back. Going to bring them together just for the moment to keep them out of the way and to give me a little bit more handle from the other side, so I'll have to head up through there to get that done. I'm just pushing it, really hitting it. There's two other reasons to do this, or that I believe to do this anyway. And they are, you can can see how far off your tongs are. So like this one's longer than that one, and this has even got more material to work with too. But you can also clean up through here when you're ready, which we're not going to do just yet. Alright, so that'll do for the moment. I might just, while I'm here, I'll just clean up these with a little file. I'll take that end piece off, and then I'm going to take a break and I'll come back, and then we're going to start by punching out this end here and creating the bottle opener. Alright, so I've taken a break, heating the forge back up again. This is where we're at. It's looking pretty rough, and if you're wondering what those lines are, I lent it on something plastic. So that's a little bit of plastic that needs to burn off. But that's basically where I wanted to be. They're roughly around the same amount of same length. Now I've got to heat up this side and start punching it to make this end into the bottle opener. I have a bottle ready. It is Sunday. Let's get punching. That's some hard going. Anyway, there it is. So it's punched right through there. But I think maybe I've just got to round that out a little bit more on the chisel. Clearly that's square as. I'll heat it up and then I'll drift it, clean it up a little bit. Go straight onto the horn. We'll open that up. Knock those ears off. Going to knock down this other side, just like I did on the fork side. Clean up around the edge here. Give it a top on the head. Gently bring it back. Try and keep it relatively even. Certainly didn't mean to get this as hot as it is. While I'm here, get the scale off. Right, now what I'm doing is I'm actually going to be knocking this in. Right, let me just get that. Got a fuller edge here, which I'll put into there. Should about do it. There we go. Now I'll just test it on a bottle, just let it cool down a second. Alright, so that's about where I want it. A little bit more through here, and then I might put a twist through, then we'll just see how it goes. Alright, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to heat this part up through here, and I'm going to go for a twist. Now, that could completely fail. Alright people, I'm taking a risk. I'm going to try and twist it through here, and I can't. Something in my gut telling me not to do it. Alright, what I'm going to do, see the thickness there, I'm going to make that thickness over to here as well, and then twist it through there. So I'm just going to reduce here, and then I'll twist it after that. Heat it up, I'm going to twist it through there. I know there's a whole bunch of you yelling out right now not to do this. I have that feeling in the future, but I'm going to do it anyway. And if it doesn't work, it's a learning experience for everybody else who's watching. Okay, here we go. And go one more time. Oh, it's getting tight. Well, it's different, I'll give you that. I don't know whether it's been successful, but we'll take it out of the vise, we'll have a look. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. I reckon that looks pretty crap. But if I can get this piece in alignment with this piece, I think we might actually be able to have something there. And I might even be able to reduce it so it just ends up having a pattern through there. So what I'm thinking, I'm gonna go for the pattern version. So clearly I'm just going crazy here doing this sort of thing, but if I can get that in alignment with that, and then I can reduce this side here and actually knock it down, then I might be able to get a pattern that's going to work and actually look like a really nice finish to a handle piece. So wish me luck. I'm going to heat this section up and we'll see what we can do with it. Now, to knock this around a bit, I really need a wooden mallet so I don't go destroying the pattern. So I don't have a wooden mallet, but I do have a block of wood. So I'm going to try using this, like smashing it with a rock, but with the wood instead. And we'll see if we can move it without damaging it. Alright, now that's hard on the hands, but it is actually getting this thing into alignment. So task one complete, if that's what I wanted to achieve. But I still reckon that looks pretty rubbish. So what I'm going to try and do, heat it up again, and I'm going to flatten that out and see if I can put the pattern into it and try and get it the same width all the way around. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to work at all, or whether I'm just going to add like some sort of weird cold shuts into there. Anyway, we're going to give it a go. It's either that or we throw this out. So I'll heat that back up and we'll go from there. Alright, so definitely not the intention of what I was after, but that actually looks pretty cool. So it does leave the effect of what I was after, was to actually have some texture where I'm going to hold my hand, but it's certainly not the finish that I was thinking it was going to be. So I'm going to leave that there. We still need to round out some of these edges, give them a bit of a bevel, and I've got to get back onto this end. So what I'll do is I'll round out, bevel these sides here so I get a bit of a round shape to the handle, and then we'll come and we'll finish off the tongs. But I'm not, well look, I'm not happy, but I'm not unhappy with how that's actually finally come out. So if nothing else, no one else is going to have a fork like this. Going to bevel that edge. This is where I'd really like a rounding hammer, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to use the ball pen. I'm going to use the chisel to open this up a bit. I don't know how this actually going to work. Let me try the other one. Pretty good. Alright, let's see if I can get these to open again. Be careful doing this when it's very hot, so if it cools down anymore, I'll have to take it on the heat again, which I will. Put that back on the heat. Using a block of wood on top so as not to distort it too much. Now, how much do we want these babies to open? I don't want them too wide, but before I actually will have to open them up, I just realised, because I want to actually round them out.
So the one thing I'm going to do is sharpen that end. So I'll just quickly heat the tip up, and then we'll create that taper. Alright, there's a tiny little bit of thickness I'm going to take out through these two pieces, and then we're going to finalise this section and then create the claw. Yeah, that's not bad. Look at that. It's actually spot on as far as the distance. Righto. So, let this come back a bit. And over. Now it's a tiny little anvil, so getting an even spot is tricky, but we will see what we can do. I'm going to have to give this end a heat. Just open that up a bit. Whoa, that's pretty good. Alright. See that there? It's pretty even now. You can see I was just trying to line these two prongs up. Prongs! That's the word I was looking for. Alright, finally we're there. Alright, the devil's fork. Look at this. Alright, so we just need to give that a little bit of a nudge that way.
Okay, so it's getting a bit late. Clearly I am a mess. So I'll come back and finish this video in just in a couple of days. I've got to just clean up some of these little chunks here. You can see there, you can see the fish lipping. I might see if I can get rid of some of that, even just grinding that out. The, excuse me, there's also a couple of little marks through, oh, careful it's hot, through the center here that I just want to clean up with the file. I think you can see that if I put it against the white roof. There we go. I'm pretty happy with the bottle top end, but as I said, a bit dark right now. Let me come back and I'll finish this video in the morning or another day. All right, so it's the next day. I have finalized my fork and I've coated it in linseed oil, so it's actually ready to use, and I might actually go and put a little bit more linseed oil and cure it in the oven, but I'm pretty happy the way it is. It's nice and smooth now, and it's ready to use. Now, if this was any other video, I would be ending it right now, but this is a warped challenge. So I've got to show you what this was actually intended for. Was it for a barbecue, or was it for marshmallows? perfect. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe for many more videos, hit the notification bell so it tells you when I release one. Till next time,